Hey guys, this is M.I Crowley, and you are watching Metal Insider's Newsroom with me, M.I Crowley. Today's episode, we take you to a dark and grim, horribly lit stairwell just to talk to Alien Weaponry drummer Henry. Let's face it, it was their first time performing in New York City, and we were willing to take all measures to speak to these gems after their second performance at Irving Plaza on December 7th. If you haven't seen them yet, you should. Let's have a look.
What's up, M.I Crowley? I'm Henry Jong from Alien Weaponry.
Your feedback and even some of my feedback here is showing up a bit dark and soft, but you sound crisp. A little bit better than me, but you sound good. How has your first North American tour been so far?
The tour so far has been awesome. We've played 10 shows. This is our second night in New York, and it was awesome. Like, both shows were amazing, and every show we've played up to this point has been really, really fantastic in terms of crowd and as well as the how we've played. It's been really, 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 really cool.
How did you guys start getting into metal at such a young age?
For me and my brother Lewis, we started getting into music when we were young because of our dad. He was always playing music. He's a guitarist himself, and he plays music as well as listens to a huge amount of music. So for me and Lewis, it was really normal when we were growing up to have Rage Against the Machine or Metallica on just all day, and that's really what got me and Lewis started on this music that we're listening to up to this day.
You guys performed very well. You have a lot of different influences mixed together. Doom, folk, groove, thrash. I've seen glimpses of everything.
So Lewis and I are very influenced by old school thrash metal, like old Metallica as well as Anthrax and bands like that. And lately, probably about 5 years ago, we both got into Lamb of God, and we like to incorporate elements of groove metal into what we're doing, which we really like. We like Pantera and stuff like that as well. So I think for us, we want to make our music really, really groovy, and have people being able to really jump to it and move to it.
The crowd was definitely into you guys tonight. We saw it.
They sure were. They were. Yeah, the crowd tonight was awesome. We had some great moshing, good pit going. I'd say this second night was a lot more rowdy than the first night. I think the first night was a lot of industry people. So, this was kind of the fan night, which was awesome.
Very cool. When you guys made the new album, did you expect to have such a big turnout?
We really didn't expect the result that we got from the album. Once we'd recorded it and got it all ready to put out, we were like, yeah, this is a good album. We like it. Everyone we showed it to has liked it, but we weren't expecting the reaction that we did get, which was huge. It was crazy. We're absolutely blown away by how much everyone's loved the album.
Awesome. How long did it take you guys to record it in the first place?
Okay, so this is an interesting question. The album recording took, I'd say it was probably about 3 years of recording. So from when we recorded the first track to once we got done with it. And that was in part due to the fact that when we started off, we were going into the studio and recording 2 songs at a time because that's all we had the money for. And once we got about halfway through and recorded 5 or 6 songs, we actually decided, you know what, we're going to finish this whole thing all in one go. We went into the studio for 2 weeks and pretty much just banged it out and got the rest of the tracks for the album, and that was just a 2-week period doing half the album. So I think for us, it's really quite a wide range of stuff. It represents some really old Alien Weaponry as well as our recent stuff, which is cool. It gives it flavour.
You had mentioned the album was more politically driven and spoken in the native New Zealand language I cannot pronounce.
Maori.
Yes, I didn't want to completely demolish the pronunciation.
Do you want me to teach you how to say it?
Sure, teach me.
Like, honestly, as long as you're trying.
Maui? No, that's Hawaii.
Ma.
Mar. Mardi?
Maori.
Mardi.
You say the rolled R like a D, so Maori.
Mardi. Maui.
Maori.
Maori?
It's good, it's good.
I'll practice it and show you on the next time we chat.
You put a lot more effort than most New Zealanders do into saying Maori correctly.
Is there anything else you can share lyrically about the album?
So the album, lyrically, most of the lyrics are written by Lewis, who he does a lot of the English lyrics, and I've written one of the songs on the album. It's PC Bro. I wrote the lyrics for that. And as far as the Māori stuff goes, normally what we do is we kind of take a concept and, you know, write something out, like the kind of idea we want to have around the song, and then I'll go and make lyrics out of it in kind of more of an artistic way rather than a direct translation, which I think back home in New Zealand, a lot of Māori bands will sing Māori lyrics, but they're kind of a direct translation from English, so it kind of sounds weird when you say it. So yeah, I tried to incorporate, you know, old school haka kind of words into what we were doing lyrically.
You guys are already booked for Hellfest next year. Slayer's final French show is there. What other exciting plans do you have?
So next year is going to be a huge year for us. We're going to be doing a New Zealand-Australia tour. So that's in March next year, and we're also going to be going back to Europe, playing festivals like Hellfest and all sorts of other festivals. I'm not sure which ones I'm allowed to announce, so I'm not going to say names unless I get a list of festivals we're allowed to play. Say.
Of course you can't reveal anything.
Okay, no.
But you're going to be pretty busy next year.
Yep. And there's also talk about us possibly coming back to the US. We really, really want to come back here and do our own headline tour and, pretty much build a bigger fan base, as well as there's talk of South America. So things are in the pipeline for that. We'll be putting stuff on social media, hopefully within the next few months.
Yes, we would love to see you guys return here to the US. How have your lives changed? You guys started super young, and just curious how the journey has been.
Our lives have changed dramatically over the past year. It's crazy how many new experiences we've all had, and yeah, just the amount of stuff we've been able to do, just like from the start of this year to now, has been amazing. And in fact, we were actually sitting down the other day and looking at photos of us at the start of the year, and we were playing a little festival in New Zealand, like a New Year's festival. It was, it's probably like 5,000-6,000 people, and we opened that and there was like no one there, and now we're touring the US, so it's really, really crazy how far we've come.
Now that the year is wrapping up, do you have any favorite metal albums of 2018?
I'm trying to think.
How about this? The first album that comes to your mind, even if it's from 10 years ago.
Oh, seriously? Okay, well, I mean, for me, Strumandrang, Lamb of God, that was an awesome album when it dropped, and I love Lamb of God. They're a huge influence for me, so yeah, that was like my top album that's dropped recently. There's also an Australian band called 12 Foot Ninja, and they dropped their album. I don't think it was this year, but it was pretty recently, and I listen to them a lot. So
if you could, what would you do if you toured with Lamb of God?
Oh, I would absolutely just flip my shit if we were on tour with Lamb of God. I know some of the festivals that we're booked on, we're playing with them, but if we actually got to tour with them and, you know, just hang out with them on the road, that would be awesome.
Anything else you want to say or add to your fans?
Keep it real. Thank you so much for listening to us. You guys mean the world to us. We love you all, and yeah, just keep listening to us, and we'll keep putting out new stuff for you guys. Hell yeah.
It was great catching up with you, Henry.
It's been awesome talking to you, M.I Crowley.
Stay awesome. Hope to see you next year. And that was Henry from Alien Weaponry. You should check out their new album. These guys have what you call it. Yes, they have it. I am M.I Crowley, signing off.